Okay, so today in this session we will see practical fourth semester practical reduction of ethyl acetate using Baker cyst. Okay, so last time we have seen reduction of sucrose to ethyl alcohol by using Baker cyst. So this is one more practical from the same thing, reduction of ethyl acetate using Baker cyst. So here is the general reaction for the reduction of ethyl acetate to the Baker cyst. So here is ethyl acetate by using Baker cyst. So like assist you can reduce one of the carbonic group to the alcohol. So here selectively we do reduce one of the carbonyl group to the hydroxyl group. Okay, so like that Baker's catalyze asymmetric reduction of prochiral ketone. So this is prochiral ketone. Prochiral ketone is nothing but that ketone we can convert to the chiral carbon atom. So that's why we can call that carbonyl carbon. It's a prochiral ketone. Let's see the procedure for this one. So it's a little bit lengthy procedure. So in 50 ml round water flask, dissolve 4.6 gram of sucrose and 30 milligram of disodium hydrogen phosphate in water. Okay, so add approximately 1 gram of dry yeast, mix thoroughly and warm in a 35 to 40 degrees centigrade in water bath. After about 5 minutes of mixing, carbon dioxide will get evolved, and after that you have to add 0.300 ml of ethyl acetate solution. Okay, via cap of the flask with the rubber septum and vent line from the stock room. So here is a complete that of setup is there for this reduction reaction with the help of yeast and all. So you can find some of the video how do they do on YouTube. Also you can find some of the video that how do they make that assembly. Assembly must be the airtight assembly for this all these enzyme catalyze reduction reaction. So because we have to do this reduction reaction in absence of oxygen. Secure the flask with in 35 degree centigrade water bath provided and allow the reaction to proceed until 5 days. So addition of all these ingredients, we have to keep these things for next 5 days to do this to allow that yeast the conversion of carbon into the hydroxyl group. After 5 days, remove the septum and small loss of foam. Suspended solids onto the septum and vent line is acceptable. Add about 1 gram of xylite to the flask. Mix thoroughly and vacuum filter the mixture on the large Hirsch funnel using water aspirator. Okay. Wash the filtered material with 2 ml of water. Dispose the solid xylite cellular residue onto the waste container provided. Then we have to add 3 gram of sodium chloride to the filtrate. Okay, in that filtrate whatever we collected after filtration, we have to add 3 gram of sodium chloride and swirl the dissolve. This will decrease the solubility of organic product within the aqueous phase for the following extraction. So we need to extract now that or synthesized or generated hydroxyl containing product. Okay, so transfer the filter to a separating funnel and add 10 ml of ether. Stop the funnel and swirl gently. Mix the content of funnel for 2 minutes. Okay, so do not shake vigorously. We don't have to shake the our separating funnel. It can cause the maybe destruction of that funnel because that will create more and more carbon dioxide. Okay, drain the lower part aqueous layer into the beaker. We have to take out the aqueous layer from the septic funnel. Drain the upper part. We don't need upper ether layer into a small conical flask. Okay, return the aqueous layer to the separating funnel and add another 10 ml of ether. Okay, I think we do extracted this product into the ether layer and swirl gently and shake gently for 5 minutes. Drain the lower aqueous layer into a beaker. Okay, what to next to do this one. Drain the upper ether layer into the same conical flask as the first ether layer that was collected. Dry the combine ether layers with 1 gram of unhydrogenated sodium sulfate to dry. That means sodium sulfate is absorbing remaining amount of water also. Drain the dried ether into the pre-waged clean 50 ml round bottom flask. Remove the solvent on the rotoevaporator. The ether will evaporate quickly. However, you should leave the flask on the rotor for 5 additional minutes to remove any ethanol that may be present. Okay, so obtain the weight of the product. So here in ether layer, you will get your final product S plus ethyl trihydroxybutanoate. Okay, so this is the very green method of the synthesis. That is the green method of synthesis of this chiral compound. It's very interesting, and without any harm to the environment, we can do such type of reactions in our. We can do this reaction at our laboratory level. So it's very interesting and very nice. Whatever things here is one reference article I got. I am sharing with you. So organic communication, 2013 article, 2010 published article. Bakers is catalyzed asymmetric reduction of procaryl ketones in different reaction mediums. So in this paper they have given, we have seen in water medium we have done that reaction, reduction reaction, asymmetric reduction reaction. Here in this paper they have summed up all possible solvents they have used for this conversion. Okay, so please go through this one and refer this thing for your study. So result table, whatever you are getting, that one you have to report your yield, and boiling point you can tell. So if product is solid, you can go for boiling point and everything. So this is our one method for the reduction of the one selective reduction of the carbonyl group from the ethyl acetate with the help of Baker's yeast.